this lesson we are going to take a look at Unity Editor interface, learn core concepts and principles of Unity game engine, examine Pong Game. After that we are going to create a new project and we'll start building Pong Game in the Unity Editor. During your previous assignment you had a chance to work a little bit with Unity interface. Now let's take a closer look and identify the core elements of the interface. We will start Unity and in Project Browser select Standard Assets Example Project. The first area you noticed most likely will be a scene view. That's where we can move around the level, select and manipulate game objects, or in other words, visually build your game. When we press play, scene view will be switched to the game view. You can pause and examine running game frame by frame. Sometimes it's useful to see both scene and game view at the same time. That's easy to arrange. Just click and drag the game view in the spot you like. Scenes are made of game objects. These yellow blocks are game objects, and this ground, and this road, and camera, lights, and so on, everything. You can find all game objects in the scene on this hierarchy window. Game objects can be grouped under the parent game object. If you expand one, you will see all its children. Some of the children in turn can also have child game objects. Game objects consist of game components. Each game object comes with necessary transform component. Transform defines position, rotation, and scale. You can add, remove, and copy components from one game object to another. All these operations you can perform using Inspector window. Inspector is perfect for checking and tweaking game object components. All the assets, like for example mesh of this car, can be located and accessed through Project window. Here you can create, duplicate, delete and organize all of your game assets, such as 3D meshes, textures, materials, and many more. That was quite a lot of theory, so let's have a rest and talk about the game we are going to make. This is a classic game of Pong, one of the first computer games ever appeared. It was built more than 40 years ago. This version obviously looks a little bit different, so let's take a look what core elements we have and what core concepts we have to take care of. First of all, we have our ball, which is bouncing between the player rackets. So we have one for player 1 and another one for player 2. Also here you will see score points, currently at 0. At the upper border we have this white wall, and at the lower one we have the bottom white wall. Also we have gates. If ball touches one of these orange gates, then the goal will be scored. We can control player on the right with up and down arrows on the keyboard, and for the player on the left we use W and S. So this game is suitable for 2 players. Notice the shape of the player racket. This is done on purpose so that if we hit ball with the side, then the angle of the ball will change. And there is one more mechanic. If we move and hit ball with the side of the racket, then speed will increase. After one of the players has lost the ball, then the new ball will be spawned and its direction will be decided randomly. So it can go to the left or to the right. As player 1 has scored 1 goal, you can see that his counter is updated. Now same true for player 2. So we can play this game and see how it goes. After 3 goals have been scored, there will be a victory screen displayed which says victory, and then it says which player has won, and also it says press spacebar to restart. So if I press spacebar, game will be restarted. So this is a quick little game which is fun to play with your friends, and that's what we will make during the next lessons. Okay, now time for the assignment. Locate game in your lesson 2 folder and run the Pong game. Of course, it's better if you have somebody to play with. So play a couple games, pay attention to the elements the game consists of, and see you in the next part.